crazy in this area. Let's go check the earth elementals. Yeah, I quite like it as well, J-Rap. At least you don't need to separately look for them at the same time. There's a... what is this place? Should show on the map yet.
Hey.
Well?
Aye?
Following your lead.
I forgot to set the
What?
stuff. Oh well. Whoa, what is that? Well, there's a shadow in the back row at least.
Hey.
On your word.
What is it?
Why do they hate me? They always come at me.
How may I help?
It's like they're training directly at the player character. House is still the empty at the moment, by the way. It's fine.
Hey.
On your word.
Aye?
Well? What? That's it!
I need to learn to use the numbers more.
That's it! Curse your eyes!
Can you please not go to the melee?
Well? Curses!
Primal rock. A chiseled portion of rock, slate grey and pocked with gleaming minerals. When set on the ground, it floats a small distance above the earth. Handy.
What is it?
So you cannot go into the cage there. Let's check the house anyways. Even if you are saying it's empty. It's fine.
Laying low.
At least I know the landscape when we come here. Copes find the remains of a broken alembic, a cracked mortar and various shattered bottles and vials on the table. It's a bit bigger house than I was expecting. Rats skitter among the broken stairs. Okay, so it is totally bright hollow. It is definitely totally empty. Let's go kill the flame dudes. I could also customize this.
What is it? Yes. What?
Hey.
Well? Yes.
How may I help?
What?
Following your lead.
Well, let's see this chance. March of Kamoa. Impulse Heraldis. Okay. Lo there, endless host, the harbingers of doom. Generates a field of terror, fighting enemies in the area of effect.
How may I help?
Brave Dalphilon.
Well, that's dead.
Hey. Hey.
I guess these are gonna give me a primal fire. Those explosions, ancient memory, 4 hits. Yeah, primal flame. This bright little flame leaps and sparks with magical energy. Nom nom nom.
Yes. And what does the flame reveal?
Brave Dalphilon.
Oh, hey. Dude. How about you guys don't kill him? The wizard dude, he may be a bit
Well.
crazy, but he doesn't deserve to die. So one more group of enemies in this area. And then we can head inside. Must grind experience.
Brave Dal-
Great. Who's in the front?
What?
Durans is in the front.
Hey.
What?
Dalphilon.
Well, you're tanking then.
What is it?
I think this was not probably a good
How
move.
may I help?
Oh well.
Following your lead.
How may I help?
What is it?
Yes?
What?
Following your lead.
Curses!
There you go. This AoE spell is so damn good. Helped so much.
Of course.
One shadow.
Brave Dalphilon.
Go at the shadow. Okay. That shadow didn't live very long. Bright Hollow. Yeah. We'll camp at the door and we'll go in. More supplies would be nice though.
You're a newcomer to the Deerwood as well. What do you make of it so far?
These people are lunatics. So you have met the locals? Kinda laughs. I don't know. I don't know that they are so bad. There's a lot of fuss made of the Deerwood temper, but they seem to save it up largely for each other. They are a rather refreshing bunch otherwise, I think. I've whiled away an hour or two talking to the regulars in one tavern or another, and everyone from merchant to servant has an opinion to share. What do you do, cook? Oh, your food. Yes. This looks not so nice, a bad area when it's daytime.
Yes. A blade in the dark.
Do you think he'd be mad if we sat in his chair? Maybe he doesn't have to
Whispers of
know.
Yenwood. Sword one-handed. Its blade covered with graceful Clonfathan engravings. Whisper of Yenwood was once the sword of the first Road Warden of Caednua. When the Earl of Yenwood appointed Kiefer the Eodhart, the young lord feared the spirits that were rumored to dwell under the young castle's foundation. He spent a sizable sum to have a Black Imiran steel blade forge shipped to the Eastern Reach for engraving by the Earl's Clonfathan slave artisans and enchanted in the new Dunrud. Dunrid, I guess. Kefed is known to have used the sword in the Battle of Old Garen and to help the neighboring Redrix suppress an uprising in the Gilded Vale, but there is no recorded use of it in Caednua. Over time, Kefed became to believe that the sword had been cursed by Clonfathan artisans who decorated it. He confided in those close to him that he thought the spirits of the dead were speaking to him through the blade while he slept. One evening, against the pleas of his wife and soldiers, Madin and Kefed carried the sword deep into the misty woods of Air Clonfathan. His body was never recovered, but the next Road Warden, the Earl assigned to Caednua, found it waiting for him on the throne in the keep's great hall. None of the soldiers could explain how the sword had appeared there. No Road Warden has carried the sword since that day. What is this? Increases to hits, accuracy against spirit, damage against spirit, and -3 will. Well, get the sword. It's my crazy talking sword now.
Yes.
Shadow. And lots of phantoms.
Hey,
Grave
Yes.
how may I help?
What?
Hey,
Yes?
I?
Yes.
Yes?
What?
Following your lead.
Yes?
Nice tanking.
What?
Ah, you don't need to.
What is it?
We would really benefit from
On your word.
one additional frontliner, to be honest.
Well, light, flame, and sound.
There's a stairs upstairs. There's a door in there. Steward. As you come to the end of the Great Hall, you perceive an inviting warmth radiating from a grand throne wrought out of marble. It's a masterful artistry out of place amidst the castle's more practical stonework. The veiled face of a woman is carved above the throne's backing, watching over the room with hollow eyes. As you approach, you feel warmth fluctuate, as though stirring. A voice rings out from the carving, permeating the fortress through stone and air. Another watcher
in Caednua, glowing very brightly indeed to these eyes. What strange happenstance.
I'm looking for Merwold.
As am I. If you should happen to find him, I would be glad to know of it. Each day his absence brings new dust to my halls, new cracks to my stones. It's shameful is what it is. The Earl would never have let it come to this. You are free to search for him here. I will unbar the way.
You said these were your halls?
Not as a land is its lord's, more as a child is its mother's. This castle was my design, you see. The Earl appointed me to do it. I was getting on in years. I knew it would be my only chance to build something magnificent. When it was built, I couldn't bring myself to part from it, to go back to my lonely home. I begged the Earl to let me stay, to take care of it. It was all I wanted, and he granted it. Years later, when Bereth Sasha finally came calling, I begged the Earl to find a way to let me remain, and so he did.
Strange. Tell me more about Merwold.
He was a great man. He came here one day, young with long hair and polished armor, and he banished the dark things that had come to lurk in this place after centuries of neglect. He could see the beauty of this place, the way it had been, so he claimed it for his own when no one else would take it. We worked together to restore it. But he began to grow distant some time ago. He never told me why. He retreated deeper and deeper into the keep, never leaving, sending servants for food, hiding himself from my sight. The restoration stopped. Now, to look at the place, you'd never know the progress we've made. In most places, it's worse than it ever was. And all I can do is watch it crumble around me.
Any idea where I can find Merwold?
I can feel his presence faintly somewhere deeper inside the keep. But he uses his gifts to confound me, and my senses are dulled while he does so. I only wish I could know his mind.
Are you imprisoned in that throne?
Imprisoned? At times it feels that way, I suppose. But it's more that I reside here. The throne was brought up from the ruins, one of the first things they found. As a last favor to a dying woman, the Earl arranged for me to be moved into it. Audra is an accommodating vessel for a soul. Oh, it's not as confining as it seems. I can feel the whole keep from here, and all things that are tied to it. There's something about this throne and its construction. Or maybe it's something about this place.
What Earl were you speaking of?
The Earl of Yenwood. The original, in fact, when Deerwood was a colony. He found this site, the only ruin Eir Glanfath refused to defend, and he believed its wealth would be great. The keep was his way of defending his family's claim, and that claim became his obsession. He had to know what lay beneath. He devoted his life to excavating the ruins below
Is
the
this the
keep.
darkest dungeon?
They had been sealed with rock and soil. Deliberately, it would seem.
Very similar story.
Years passed, and with them the Earl. He dug his entire life and never found what he sought. His obsession became his sons and his sons' sons. And one day, that young Earl broke through.
What did he find?
An endless maze, incomprehensible in its construction. But he would never come to learn more than that. Vile things had taken residence there, vile and dangerous. They poured up through the keep and slew its residents, the Earl among them. After that, the keep remained abandoned, unused, wasted. Meowall's mastery of this place was the first hope I'd had in 200 years. How I've longed to see it as it once was.
I shall claim it as my own.
I can only guess why all this has happened. I fear I've wronged the gods putting this place here, and they've doomed me to watch it wear away into dust. To witness my own folly.
Farewell.
Take care in your search. Many dangers lie in wait here.
Thanks. Oh, handy.
You won't
Magically
see
opening
me
door.
coming.
Ah. No loot. Oh. I didn't expect it to go somewhere from there. I thought it was just a door. Library.
Brave Dalfilathili.
Crap, there's more.
Hey. Yes?
Yes.
Can you please use this?
Hey.
Following your lead.
Yes?
Nope.
Well?
It's always annoying when your target dies in the middle of your
How may I
spell.
help? Hey.
Yes?
Hey.
Yes. What is it?
There you go.
As you wish. Well?
Spiders have taken up residence in the empty shelves. Well, library was fairly empty. Just a few monsters in there. So we can go upstairs and we can go through the door there. Let's go upstairs first. Probably similar case as the library. This is barracks. Yeah, seems like a small room and nothing else. Yeah. So I take it this is the keep you're gonna get. Or the stronghold. It seems very much like that. Lots of empty rooms with nothing yet. And this crazy talking throne talking about the watcher who restored the place. I'm sure we're gonna deal with her more and start restoring as well.
There's my little soldier.
What?
Been out playing soldier again, have we? Go wash up and come help me shuck these peas.
She turns from you long enough to produce a basket that, like her, is shimmering and semi-transparent. And no complaints. You go to eat your vegetables if you want to grow up strong and be a real soldier one day. Just like we agreed. She watches you out of a corner of her eye. What are you talking about?
Soldiers are important people. They defend the weak and punish the wicked. You're too young to understand now, but there are lots of wicked people. People like the man who murdered your father.
Remind me what happened to my father.
Before you were born, the Glanfathans attacked settlers like us. They said we'd knocked over some of their special Adra rocks. That's why they call it the Broken Stone War. They got very angry, and so they came into our villages and killed many people. Your father was one of them.
He was one of the people Clanfathans killed. That's what I said. Her voice is low and hoarse, and her hand is frozen over the basket. Something dark and empty clouds over her eyes.
That's why you'll be a soldier one day. To protect and to avenge. Why don't you go back out and play? I'll finish up here.
Crazy man. I think you might have some issues, lady.
They won't see me
Ivory spinner.
coming.
Silver trace of slugs gleam inside the battle. Oh, hello.
Hey,
On your word.
Yes.
yes?
Oh, I know. A roly-poly of doom would be great in here. Let's do quick save first before we do this.
Lavaru beyond seek!
What? Can you do a
Lavaru
roly-poly for me?
beyond seek!
I have a feeling I didn't cast it that way. Can you move a
Hey,
bit?
of course. Yes? Lavaru beyond seek! Lavaru beyond seek!
Braved
There we go.
Alfilathilim.
How may I help? Worth
Well,
Oh shit. The roly-poly of doom is coming. Oh no, it pulled more spiders. Flee!
Hey,
well,
Best spell ever. Yeah, it does, Pixel Dreams. It's amazing. The spider just exploded
On
pretty
your
much.
word.
Thanks to that epicness.
hey. Not to alarm you, but I'm slowly dying of poison.
bring them down.
Such a nice spell. And you were saying I shouldn't take the spell.
Well?
Not you, but people were suggesting Colton was saying I'll probably kill people with that. We're still in combat, by the way. Not sure with what. Oh, maybe this spider dude.
Kill them all.
Not to alarm you, but
It
I'm
is very
slowly
good
dying of
Pixel
poison.
Dream. I think it's probably shouldn't be the first fire spell. It's very good.
Let's see what lies.
New orders, Lieutenant.
Oh,
Ready your squad.
1 second. Squad is not ready. Squad is looting. Well, that was very well handled, spiders. Spider just blew up dungeons. It is the darkest dungeon. If there's gonna be pigmen in a moment, I call